And we're back with the GSL Code A. We are back with Virus against jjakji, Terran versus Terran, and the winner is going to advance to Code S, the first map of the day. Antigua Shipyard. And yep, this is going to be a good one. Tasia already advancing after beating Squirtle 2-0. It's a good day to beat a Terran right now.
Very convincing win by Tasia. There was no point in the series where Squirtle looked like he was terribly in control. Well, of course there was at one point where that's actually completely false because he almost beat him in game 1. But he still looked very solid though. He was able to hold that off pretty well. Virus versus jjakji is going to be next. jjakji with a ranking of 10 in the GSL due to his Code S championship. He has fallen down from Code S now though. As you can see, Virus was actually in Code S. Got down to Code A, got back up in the up and down matches last season, but then couldn't actually make it back in Code S. So here he is in Code A, and he's been doing very well this season in Code A.
Both of them are not the best players when it comes down to TVT. We've just been discussing it a little bit before we came back from the break, and they both have, well, a record under 50%, which is a little bit weird for top players in the GSL, so not the best matchup.
Yeah, definitely weaker matchup for both these guys. jjakji, as you can see there, he have a total record of 60% wins there, 22 and 15 in the GSL. Very strong player. jjakji, he just really impressed me. I actually remember when he first showed up in the scene way back, he was not very strong at all, and I was really surprised to see him do so well. He just kind of suddenly discovered he must have been, you know, walking around, taking a walk in the national park and stumbled, found a hidden pool of talent underneath a bush and kept it for himself. You shouldn't do that, guys. You shouldn't steal from national parks. Leave nature where it's supposed to be. jjakji versus Virus, game 1 is about to begin. We're gonna see if the champion can get back into Code S or if Virus can take his spot right now at the GSL. Alright, first of all, over here at the left side of the map, he's named after microorganisms that infect people and animals.
Virus.
Well, it's already a little bit of a problem lately against Terran. We mentioned that his record is not the best. He only has 33% win ratio, 5 wins, 10 losses. He's up against the NSO player starting to the right side in the blue color. He's starting against none other than current GSL champion
NS jjakji.
Indeed. There he is. Yep, I mean, this guy is a champion. And, oh, hey, from England to get my fix of StarCraft. Awesome. Why are people running from the camera? It's not a DT. It's true, you know it's not a DT because you can see the cameras. People here don't have detection. There's no detection in the studio.
There isn't?
No, you can be cloaked and no one would know it. There's no detection here. We should get a missile turret installed in the studio just in case.
Yeah, as a safety precaution.
Tasia's just walking by us right now looking thrilled, by the way. Good for him for his win. But yeah,
there's one story that I have to just talk about before we head really into jjakji against Virus. I forgot it a little bit. We were going to Subway because we were really hungry, and obviously always when you're at Subway you have to choose all those things. That's the one annoying thing about Subway. You have to choose what kind of sub you want, then you have to choose the bread, you have to choose everything, and it's so annoying.
And you know what? Even if you say, I want everything on it, they still are required to ask you each individual ingredient.
So, well, I start to order, and behind me is Pole, and Pole starts ordering as well, and Pole already has a hard time, but his English is pretty good, so it's okay. And at the same time, I was wondering, okay, what is actually Tasia going to do? And I thought, okay, this is going to be fun. Pole will have to translate the entire time.
Oh.
So it's Pole's turn, and so it's Tasia's turn, and Tasia was up, same. And Pole and me are just cracking up, and Tasia is standing there grinning like a champion. He just listens to everything that Pole says, and he's like, same.
That's awesome. That's definitely one way of doing it.
Winner prediction, guys. 85% of you think that jjakji is going to take it.
I think that means 85% of people that have voted in the poll are pretty smart.
I actually think so too. jjakji has a 48% win ratio against Terran, which is not the best. 16 wins, 17 losses, but still he is definitely a player who I would favor over Virus in the TVT. He recently lost against Marine King in the GSTL, and he also lost at the FX Open series that he played. jjakji won against SC in the same series, but well, if I just look at his TVTs in the last few weeks, I have to say that he lost quite a lot of his games. He played against Ganzi, he played against Marine King, had a couple of games against SC, and overall, I think the 50% record is pretty solid. Virus, on the other hand, he lost against Maru in the KSL, and well, he lost also against Colt. Colt obviously really good in TVT, and I have to say that jjakji is definitely the favorite player today.
Yeah, definitely, and I mean, I don't want to mean any offense to anyone who did think that Virus is going to win, because he does have a strong chance here. He is a Kodas player, and we're going to see what they have in mind. Virus hasn't been able to scout jjakji very well, but it doesn't really matter too much. jjakji is producing reactored Hellions now, by the way, and getting a starport and a tech lab on the barracks, so he's probably going to switch that over to the starport and go for Hellions and Banshees, which is pretty interesting. And there's the scan right on top of it, though, so I think he knows what's up. Virus knows everything. jjakji
complete.
Actually, I don't know if he is scouted. He has not scouted too much. He scouted the expansion earlier on, so he knows he has to catch up in the economy, but they're both getting Cloak and Banshees at almost the exact same moment.
jjakji is a little bit faster, but in the end, both of the Cloak Banshees should arrive at roughly the same time, so it's gonna be interesting. This is actually great, because both arrive at the same time in their opponent's main base. It comes down to their ability to macro. Who is able to control his Banshee and try to avoid his opponent's attempts of scanning and taking out the Cloak unit, and at the same time able to defend his main base. So this is really coming down to the micro and macro abilities at this time when both Banshees arrive. It's going to be really interesting to see who comes out ahead.
Yeah, and we did see jjakji put down a scan, by the way, and he saw the starport and Cloak researching, so he immediately put down an engineering bay, and I feel like that's going to give the advantage to jjakji, since he's going to be prepared for Virus's units a little bit better. Yeah, even a Raven going down along with 2 missile turrets, he is really not want to take any damage from these Banshees, and he's not going to.
Did jjakji cancel his glow?
He may have.
Yes,
he did. Smart. Very smart.
So jjakji cancels his glow, both of them going now for Blue Flame Aliens. Oh, Virus is retreating. Another scan, and this time the Banshee definitely is going to get out.
I think that was a little bit of a waste, since he has a Raven about to pop out in mere moments, so I don't know if he needed to use the second scan. But I guess he just wanted to make sure it didn't get away.
Better safe than sorry.
I suppose so. But yeah, so the Banshee goes down. No damage taken by jjakji. Very smart that he kind of reacted so strongly to it, because with so many Hellions on the map, he had a distinct lack of Marines, so he couldn't just deal with that Banshee with Marines only. Of course, Virus doesn't have any Marines either.
Yeah, I actually think that jjakji could have done a lot of damage with Cloak, but we have the Banshee and the Viking combination for Virus too, so he's in a position where he can attack his opponent's Banshee if need be, so cancelling Cloak was probably the right choice after all.
Yeah.
Command center being built for Virus now. He's trying to get a third base, and at the same time both already completing their Blue Flame. Oh, Hellion Wasp.
Wow. Absolute obliteration by
blasting
jjakji.
through Virus army.
Wow, and now he's going to come up here. He's going to run by the bunker. He is not.
Lost to Hellions.
Oh, he actually ran in far enough to get by and then ran away again, so he actually took the most amount of damage he could from that bunker.
It looked pretty funny though, and especially when he took down his opponent's Hellions, it was just like crazy. Was in a better position, and yeah, he did really, really well. jjakji is ahead in supply thanks to it, and he knows about the expansion attempt of Virus, so he starts with his command center.
Yeah, and very smart. He knows his opponent has an expansion going, so he puts his at the minerals instead of building it in a more defensive position because he knows that Virus isn't going to be very aggressive at the moment. So he's actually going to be mining probably at the same time, yeah, about the same time as Virus from that third base.
Double Raven for jjakji will have a lot of point defense zone later on. Let's have a quick look at the harvest account. We have 57 to 54 in favor of Virus. Tank count 3 to 2. Nothing out of the ordinary. 13 Hellions though against 4, which is a significant lead for jjakji in this regard.
I like, by the way, how Virus has his Vikings kind of spread out in an arc around his base. A protective ring in case of the possibility of a blue flame Hellion drop. He knows he has all the tech for that. Yeah, jjakji's just building up a bunch of stuff in the middle of the map, getting ready for a little bit of a push. Even in Harvesters right now.
7 Vikings against 3 in favor of Virus. He's definitely dominating in the skies.
That is very, very true. And that is important as well because they're both going to have similar unit compositions. And when you've got the extra Vikings, you have the vision advantage for your tanks. Although, we do have a little bit of a tank advantage for Virus as well, so he's definitely looking better in that respect.
Well, let's not forget that jjakji has 2 Ravens, therefore a lot more point defense drones than his opponent, so that will help him out quite a bit. The rocks are being assailed now, he's trying to open up a new attack path.
The advantage jjakji has is he has a ton more Hellions. So, I still feel like Virus has the advantage here, but we'll see if we can kill some SCVs.
Yeah, tanks are trying to get in and immediately retreat. Double scan of both of them. But, well, Virus is taking down a lot of siege tanks of his opponent.
Yeah, jjakji, already behind on siege tanks, is now even farther behind. He's still got the supply lead, but most of his supply is in Hellions, which are not as important. Here comes the air units, though. Point defense drone goes down for both players. Double PDDs for both players, actually, so they're just even. But jjakji does have a third point defense drone to put down.
Yes,
he's starting to win the Viking battle, and the Banshee, in the meantime, is killing tanks.
Yep, very, very good job. So this helps him quite a bit, but the Banshee is down. Most of the... Oh, that was close. Most of the Vikings are dead, though.
Yeah, he killed off most of the Vikings.
Oh, he's moving into the tanks and Hellions. Wow. This is a really, really huge battle going on here. And this is just kind of insane. He's trying to siege in, and he could move in with the Hellions. He could move a little bit closer to the tanks now. And Virus is dropping in supply, so is jjakji, but still getting the better of it. And he can now lay siege to the command center, force the third base back. Oh, wow, Virus about to lose his third, and this is a very, very bad. Oh my god.
Tons of SCVs going down. There's about 10 SCVs still in the red.
22, he lost 22 SCVs.
Wow, even putting up a turret inside of Virus's base to make the contain complete. Virus is trying to do a backdoor attack here, running some Hellions around, but they just get caught on move command and killed off. Pushed back. jjakji taking a fourth as well. Virus is in huge trouble here.
And the Thors that he tries to build in order to take care of his opponent's units are about to die as well. One is already dead, the second one dies. It looks like this is curtains. Virus is on 85 supply against 120. jjakji is looking so strong. I don't think that StarCraft Virus is going to defend against this.
jjakji is pushing into the expansion here. Sieging up inside of his base. Assaulting that extra orbital as well. Virus has no response here at all. He should be sieging up on the high ground, but it actually doesn't even matter. jjakji has the Vikings there to spot. I think we're going to see GG any moment there. There it is. jjakji, the GSL champion, once back in Codas, ladies and gentlemen. He is one game away from it.
Yep, he's played it very, very well, and there was actually quite a quick tournament versus Terran, 70 minutes on Antigua. It has to be a new record.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. So, jjakji takes the first game, and he just looked pretty good doing it too. I mean, he made the smarter decisions. You know, he went for canceling the cloak, whereas we saw that Virus didn't cancel cloak, and he kind of threw away his Banshee. lost it for no reason. Well, he got a couple scans out of him, I suppose, but, you know, and then jjakji just got ahead from there, made a little bit better decisions in general, and got the better army. I'm a little surprised that Virus didn't do a little bit better defending that push since he had so many more siege tanks, but his siege tanks were not in the best position, so jjakji was able to engage 4 of his siege tanks at once instead of all 8, you know, so he was able to kind of get an advantage there. Plus that Banshee in the air battle. I don't know if Virus even realized that while he was fighting with the Vikings, the Banshee was killing all of his tanks.
Oh, he picked up the Banshee, so I think he was well aware of that and tried to oppose down, but at this point, from this point on, it was already an uphill battle for Virus. And both of them are now in the lobby for the second map, which is going to be Crossfire, and they're both like go, 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 eager to start the second game.
Gog, gog.
Jjakji looks a little bit like he wants to crawl into the monitor and take matters into his own hand.
Yep, it's going to be on Crossfire, ladies and gentlemen. And this is Code A. Thanks again to Hot 6, by the way, for sponsoring this tournament. You guys rock. And, hey, Hero just showed up in the studio. He's getting ready. He's going to be starting getting ready because, ladies and gentlemen, if the last match goes as quick as this one, Hero's going to be playing before you know it.
Yeah, should be a good one. Hero is definitely one of the games that we are looking forward to today as well.
Yeah. The starting countdown has begun. Game number 2 is about to commence. Here at the GSL, I am Multrap. With me is Caldor. Let's get into game number 2.